دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ جنگ کا نقشہ تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ، ارے موجیں ابھر ابھر کے بلاتی تھیں شیر کو، ارے موجیں ابھر ابھر کے بلاتی تھیں شیر کو، ارے عباس مڑ کے جانب دریا تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ جنگ کا نقشہ تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ، ارے نازاں بہت ہے کعبے کی تعمیر پر خلیل، ارے نازاں بہت ہے کعبے کی تعمیر پر خلیل، ارے ترتیب کربلا معلی تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ جنگ کا نقشہ تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ، مانا علی نے زور سے خیبر اٹھا لیا، مانا علی نے زور سے خیبر اٹھا لیا، ارے ہاتھوں پہ نوجوان کا لاشا تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ جنگ کا نقشہ تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ، اس کم سینی میں قوت باطل کو دی شکست، اس کم سینی میں قوت باطل کو دی شکست، ارے اصغر کہیں جوان جو ہوتا تو دیکھتے، کہتے تھے شاہ جنگ کا نقشہ تو دیکھتے، صلوات۔
صلوات پر محمد والے محمد۔ ہارے شاہ کربلا زینب، ہارے شاہ کربلا زینب، دوسری تو ہے فاطمہ زینب، ہارے شاہ کربلا زینب، تو نے باد حسین کوفے میں سر کیا یہ مقابلہ زینب، ہارے شاہ کربلا زینب، تو نے چہرہ چھپا کے بات بالوں سے تو نے چہرہ چھپا کے بالوں سے حق کا پردہ بچا لیا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب تم نہ ہوتی جو شے کے دوش بدوش تم نہ ہوتی جو شے کے دوش بدوش فتح ہوتی نہ کربلا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب بھائی نے کربلا فتح کیا بھائی نے کربلا فتح کیا تو نے کوفہ الٹ دیا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب دے چکے جب حسین کشتی دین دے چکے جب حسین کشتی دین تو بنی بڑھ کے نا خدا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب اب کہاں چھپ سکے گا قتل حسین اب کہاں چھپ سکے گا قتل حسین تو نے پردہ الٹ دیا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب تیری ہمت کے تیرے قدموں پر تیری ہمت کے تیرے قدموں پر فقر باطل جھکا دیا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب بھائی عباس سا جو بچ جاتا بھائی عباس سا جو بچ جاتا کون چھوتا تیری ردا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب بھائی عباس تیرا جان وفا بھائی عباس تیرا جان وفا تو مصائب کی انتہا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب مختصر شرف کربلا یہ ہے مختصر شرف کربلا یہ ہے ابتدا بھائی انتہا زینب خواہر شاہ کربلا زینب صلوات بر محمد والے محمد
I would like to invite Maulana, the member, with loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala.
أهم الله من قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات. صلي على محمد وعلى بسم الله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ونبينا وشفينا وطبيب نفوسنا مولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وقوله الحق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله أفضل العبادة انتظار الفرج. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Where I would start on the topic as well, since they both connected me to Karbala, for Brother Kazim and Brother Farhan. Both of your qasidas are connecting to two misras. I'll do Hadiya in the Bargah of Abdullah Hussain salam, starting from yours. It was just connecting in my mind while you were saying. He was mentioning about Kaaba and Karbala. Let me first give you a saying of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Again, let me clarify first in the beginning. We are not comparing Hajj with Karbala. There's no, we are not comparing it. But as far as the narration goes, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, when a person goes to Hajj, right, after Tawaf al-Nisa, after everything is completed, kulla zammin taqaddama, right? At that time, all his previous sins are going to be forgiven, right? Wiped out. And then the person asks, what about the ziyarat of Karbala? And the person is going to Karbala. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, when a person is intending to go to Karbala, niyat, zad safar, when he's packing up his stuff and going intending, at that he or she, kulla zammin taqaddama wa ta'akhara. At that moment, all his sins from the past and the future are all wiped at that moment. That's the significance, right? सदाएं गूंज रही थी हरम में काबे की सदाएं गूंज in Kaaba. He was mentioning Kaaba and Karbala, right? सदाएं गूंज, I'll try to translate as well in Arabic as much as I could. सदाएं गूंज रही थी हरम में काबे की हुसैन मैं भी चलूं करबला में हज के लिए. भाई दुरूद भेजो मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद. तोहफा सरकार पहुंचिए, सरकार सरकार जो मारिफत रखते हैं पहुंचिए. कितना गहरा जुमला का है. सदाएं गूंज रही थी हरम में काबे. Kaaba was crying out loud, Hussein, take me for Hajj to Karbala. I want to go to real Hajj for Karbala. And then for his Sharikatul Hussein, Ummul Masaib. You know that the word when you say Masaib, when you're saying the Musiba, Ummul Masaib, Sharikatul Hussein. All these titles, they have a meaning. I wish I would have about like 3 hours to explain Sharikatul Hussein. Then I would explain what Sharikatul Hussein actually means. The title, there's a reason for it. But for that one, the two misras that you've heard before, try to memorize it. Actually, one of the Sayyid was asking me yesterday, he said, give me those in recording. I want to treasure those, right? Sarkar. चौब खेमा थाम के जब सरे शाम गरीबा मिट रही थी कायनात. कायनात, सरकार कायनात. जब सरे शाम गरीबा मिट रही थी कायनात, चौब खेमा थाम के जैनब ने थामी कायनात. अल्लाह अकबर, अल्लाह अकबर. दुरूद भेजिए मोहम्मद वाले. That was tofa for you, Farhan Saab. That was your tofa towards you. Well, towards the whole gathering, obviously. But they both linked it. He was talking about Sharikatul Hussain. He was talking about the closest translation to the second part was when the world was about to be finished, everything was finished at the time of Asra Ashur. It was done. We are all living in a sarab, in a sadqa of Sharikatul Hussain, Bibi Zainab Salatullah. Sadqa. Not a single word of anything, you know. If she would have said one thing, it'd be done. That was the end of the world at that point, right? And at that point onwards is the start of what? Anam and Hussein. Hussein and Minni was up till that point. Anam and Hussein started from that point. Anytime you hear the word of Muhammad Rasulullah in the Azan, that's a sign of Anam and Hussein. Salawat ala Muhammad. They both got me charged on the qasidas, mashallah. They were both in-depth qasidas. Both of them were like, and I'm actually very much, I take it as a critic level, right? Whenever I'm listening to some qasida, I'm not just saying it. I'm actually analyzing it when somebody's reciting it. They were both at a very high level, all the misras in that. So coming back to the summary, today we'll try to summarize the whole conversation, what we've been talking about, right? And I wish we would have more time on this because the topic is so beautiful. The topic is existence. Why are we here in this world? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We are here for prayer or worship Allah. What is ibadat? Any action that's done qurbatan ilallah. That's what we covered, right? For almost all the nights, right? We tried to cover as much as we could. And then we connected it to the saying of Abu Abdullah Hussein salam that we keep on reciting it so many times, mashallah, with the barakah of that saying. And that saying is so real. That saying we have communicated to the Christians, to the Ahl Sunnah, to other people as well, and they all love that saying as well, right? I've experienced with them. What is that saying that we had been saying for several nights? قال الإمام الحسين عليه السلام في الدعاء رفع إلهي ماذا وجد من فقدك وما الذي فقد من وجدك. The key word, if you cannot understand the whole thing, the key word to get out is wajad and faqad. Wajad is from wujud, present. Faqad, lost. That's the key word. Then you can understand the whole phrase, what he's saying. إلهي ماذا وجد من فقدك وما الذي فقد من وجدك. He's talking to Allah, obviously, right? I told somebody yesterday as well. They said, if the journey stops at Imam Hussain, what do I do? Where would I go after that? If my journey is stopping at Imam Hussain, I said, look at Imam Hussain, what he's doing in Dua Arafah. He's talking to somebody else, right? My journey cannot stop at Imam Hussain because he's talking to somebody else, right? Who is that somebody else? He's not talking to himself, right? He's talking to somebody else. Who is he? And then he's starting with what? Ilahi, my Allah, right? So he's calling that out. Whosoever has gotten close to you has lost what? Nothing. And whosoever has lost you has what? Got what? Nothing. खुदा जिसने तुझे पा लिया उसने क्या खोया और जिसने तुझे खो दिया उसने क्या पाया. सल्लु अला मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद. So don't just read these words and move on. Understand. I'm in love with these words, believe me. I'm in love with these words. When I'm depressed, when I'm feeling anxiety and stress, and the world is about to chew me up in pieces, and stress and anxiety in the whole day of today's Monday. So you asked me what a Monday is, right? I logged in today, so I know what a Monday feels like. After the whole Monday is gone, at Maghrib time, you say, Ilahi, Maza wajadan. Are you okay? I didn't do anything against you, right? As long as Allah is happy with me, it's all good. The world you cannot make the world happy. Again, that does not mean that you start being rude to people. What is that other beautiful phrase? My 4 or 5 familiar faces must remember, right? महफिल में रहो मगर तन्हा रहो हसन तुम सल्लु अला मोहम्मद वाले. This is what I like, interactive, right? महफिल में रहो मगर तन्हा रहो. Be in the audience, but be alone. Allahu Akbar. This morning I talked to one of my brother Al Sunnah, right? MashaAllah, there's two Al Sunnah that have become got into the Shia faith already, and the third one probably is listening right now. He's in between somewhere there. He's Mawlaya ya Mawlaya, anta dalil wa anal mutahayyir. Wa hal yarhamul mutahayyir illa dalil. That's the place he's in, right? Whoever can understand Arabic is already enjoying what I just said. When you talk to Allah, you say, Mawlaya ya Mawlaya, oh my master, master, oh my master, what do you say? Anta dalilo, you are the ultimate guide. Wa anal mutahayyir, and I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. If they reach a level of confusion, then there's some hope already there. Wa hal yarhamul mutahayyir illa dalil. And the one who's confused, where would he go? Other than the one who's giving him guidance, right? So Allah is giving guidance, right? MashaAllah. But this morning I was talking to him, and then we did talk about this particular phrase of Imam Hussain al-Islam. And he said, I love this phrase. I'm in love with this because this is so real. See, when you talk about the Kalamul Imam, Imamul Kalam, you have to understand. You link it with Imam Ali al-Islam's famous phrase from Dua Kumail, right? Can somebody tell me which one is linked to? This one is linked to another one that starts with Ilahi. Ilahi. Ahsantum. Ilahi wa Rabbi malli ghayruk. Say, Salawat ala Muhammad. Ahsantum. Salamat. Like that. I like that vision, mashallah. So you're communicating. It's on the same lines. Ilahi wa Rabbi malli ghayru. Oh my Allah, oh my Creator, who do I have other than you? You cannot make the world happy. And then that's why Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam has said, I feel sorry for the person who tries to go against Allah to please people. When you're going against Allah to please people. But real quick, the summary of all that topic is what? You to connect to Allah. That's the key in the whole thing. To connect to Allah with this full purity, with full understanding, with the full, with the full love behind it. It's not just because my parents are telling me to connect. No, I have to understand why am I connecting to Allah? Who is He, and what has He done in my life, right? And it's not only about because He's given me some nemats and blessings. That's why I'm connecting. No, like I told you, right? When I went from Karachi to Karbala, there was this person in Karachi who was telling me, oh, Allah has given me such and such and such and such and such a blessing, right? I did mention this one in the past as well, right? For some people, you might remember this event. He said, Allah has given me such and such. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Min fadlik. Ta'al min fadlik. That Allah has given me so many of the blessings, and then he's counting the 34 grandkids, right? He's this. So I go to Karbala and I'm sitting at Imam Hussain Islam shrine, and I've never read any of this in the Hawza or any of the Marja or any of the out of the four Sayyid Hakim, Sayyid Sistani. Nobody has mentioned any of these, at least from my understanding. Maybe they were doing it in the Khulwat, right? When they're alone by himself. But I'd never heard this. So I'm sitting there. I'm saying, wait a minute. He was counting all the blessings, the 34 grandkids, and so and so and so and so. With all due respect towards him. That's his way. And it's Allah Samad, right? We should thank him. Yes, he's given this stuff. But then I said, wait a minute. I said in Urdu, right? So I'll say in Urdu, I said, नेमतें गिनवाते रहते हो हर वक्त क्यों भाई सरकार अगर कुछ नहीं देता तो क्या शुक्र नहीं करते अल्लाह अकबर you keep on counting the namas, the blessings. What if he would not have given you all those 34 kids? Would you not thank him then? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. If he would have asked for tests, would I have run away from that? No. And the real deal comes in when you're in the test. When Allah puts you through a test, and that's when the real deal. And it's not that He wants to put you in test. He wants to get your level higher. That's why you go through the test in life. So that's a summary of the stuff we had been talking about. And then when I say talqallah, right? We did talk about talqallah a little bit. Talqallah refers to when he's saying hayya ala salah, we come out of the protocols and everything. We say, okay, he's calling me, let me go talk to him. That's all it is. Namaz is nothing but I'm sorry. Salat is nothing but I'm sorry. Salat is nothing but let me go talk to you. He'd been calling me, sorry, I missed the Fajr, right? But I'm coming back now. So he knows that if somebody's missing Fajr, right? He's saying, that's actually the best time, by the way. The best time to connect to Allah is Fajr. There's certain angels that are deputed at that time, like, look at this one, right? This is my special one. Fajr is a special time, believe me. It's the time of Razu Niyaz. It's the time of whispers. Whispers that the world does not know. Anyway, that's a different topic. We'll cover it some other time. But coming back to the summary of it, when you go for talqallah, what did I say? मुलाकात में सरकार जो सुरूर मुलाकात में है वो तकाजे में नहीं है मांगने में नहीं है He's Allah Samad. Obviously, you can ask for this stuff from him. I'm summarizing all the topics covered in the last 6 7 lectures, right? जो सुरूर जो सुरूर first word, right? इन सर्रका अन तलकी अल्लाह माने करीब قال الإمام الصادق عليه السلام إن سرك أن تلقي الله ولا ذنب عليك فزور الحسين فزور الحسين ولا ذنب عليك إن سرك معنى سر سرور مثل سرك يعني if you want to feel the taste the love the passion of it right? أن تلقي الله that you want to meet Allah. So that's the same meaning that we are talking about, right? Wala zamba alayk, and you don't have any sins on you, then what do you do? Fazur al Hussein, and go to the ziyarat of Abu Abdullah al Hussein. Ahsantum. So you go for the ziyarat of Abu. But what I'm saying is, talq Allah is important to meet Allah. Without anything, what am I getting out of this? So pay attention to this, especially the youth, right? If you want to take everything out of the 10 speeches or 11 speeches, these are the three. These are the three. Number one, I need to break three shells. What are those three shells that I need to break? Before I tell it, that's another problem. The power of words are only when I act. Action speaks louder than words. When a person is sitting on the member, when a person is giving a khitab, when an alim and a scholar, nafs, he or she has to conquer the nafs, to crush the ego. That's when the power of the words are. Otherwise, the words lose the power. You cannot have the words effective on you. Believe me, wallahi. So the actions are important too. But going back to those three, what are those three? I got to, before anybody else, before I'm not preaching, before I tell anybody, I'm talking to myself. I need to break three shells. What are those three shells? And I'll ask those three shells to Brother Nabil after the speech is over. Afwan, astaghfirullah. No, I was just saying, salawat ala Muhammad alayhi. He's my, he's the captain of the ship, mashallah. He's doing a lot of writing and stuff and research. That's why. Ben Fazlik, yalla ta'al, come forward, it's fine. I was just saying it. But the three items, they're important, right? What are those three shells? I'm breaking those shells. The number one shell I need to break is what's in there for me. I need to stop saying this to myself. What's in there for me? What's in there for me? What's in there for me? What's in there? That's a selfish approach. What does Allah want from me? What does Imam Hussein want from me? What would be the Riza of Sahib Zaman al Islam? How would I please Imam Hussein and Mawla Mahdi al Islam? That's the way of thinking, not what's in there for me. Because if I keep get stuck in that loop, I'll destroy myself. I'll become selfish. I'll become ugly, filthy. I'll be very rude to people. That's a very dangerous attack of shaitan, right? What's in there for me? So I need to crush that shell. I'm talking about myself. I'm not preaching to anybody. You do whatever you feel like doing. I'm talking about myself, number one. Number two, log kya kahenge ke shell ko todo. What are people thinking about me? Come out of the shell. Don't pay attention to people too much. Like, what are they thinking about me, right? You can never make everybody happy. There'll be some time when people will be happy, people will not be happy, right? That's the second shell. Are you all following me? The second shell. The third shell I need to break myself is what? Log kya kar rahe hain? Log kya kar rahe hain? What are these people doing? Because guess what? The moment I'm pointing one finger this way, the moment I'm pointing one finger this way, three fingers are coming my way. The moment I'm pointing one finger this way, three fingers are coming my way, right? We gotta be, we should be attorney for others and judge for ourselves. And it's the other way around. We are attorney for ourselves. I'm always right. I'm always right. That's a disease. That's an attack of shaitan. Before I can cure myself from that attack, before I can remedy myself, before I can get better, I need to understand shaitan is attacking me by saying what? I'm always right. I'm always right. That's a problem. And that's why I said we need to stop doing this. He's doing this. He's doing this. He's doing this. And instead of that, start to analyze myself. I was in Canada, right? A boy comes and asks me a question, a beautiful question, right? So it's a long story about it, but I'll just give you a very short answer to that story. He asked me several questions from starting from the creation of universe to the existence of God to whatnot, all those questions. And then he asked me, how do I repent? How do I ask for forgiveness? What do I do? I said, go to the Janamaz Musalla, put sajdaga, do astaghfar. And then he said, Alaikum salam. So go do to Musalla and do astaghfar, right? That's the way. Sajda. Sajda is cure for a lot of things. Believe me, if you want to take two things, ziyarat ashura and sajda, those are your ways out of the anxiety and the stress of this world. They have treasures. Sujood. In sujood, I found what I lost. In sujood, I found what I lost. A sajda, not the normal salat sajda I'm talking about. A sajda out of love, out of istighfar, out of forgiveness. All of a sudden, the sajda, वो एक सजदा जिसे तू गिरा समझता है, हजार सजदों से देता है आदमी को निजात. That sajda will take you away from all these other going down. You're only going down to him. So coming back to that thing, he asked me, how do I connect to Allah? I cannot. You're telling me go over musalla and sajdaga and do prayer. He said, I cannot do it. Dude. He even put the word dude after, which people got a little bit out. Like, no, let him say. He came in the shorts, right, in the center. I said, let him come like that. Don't go for cosmetics and logistics of what people are doing. Don't pinpoint people. Let him be at ease. I said, at least he's coming to the Imam Barga. Let him come. Let him come talk to me, ask me questions. I put him next to him. And never put the person in front of you. Always put him on the side. Hey, buddy, what's up? How's life? And then he said, just give me the answer, dude. I said, okay. You ready for the next answer? So I gave him the musalla, all this whole prayer. And like, I didn't get it. It's not clicking in my mind. It's not clicking in my mind. It's fine. You know what I said after that? I said, you have a mirror at your home. To look at the mirror, otherwise it's makruh. You should not be looking at the mirror otherwise. It's not recommended by the ulama, the urafas. They said, don't look at the mirror. Otherwise you'll be manmisli. And then you'll lose your rings probably, just like Patrus did. But anyway, you all know the story, right? So don't keep looking at the mirror yourself. But I said, do you have a mirror? He said, I'm trying to understand. What are you coming to? I said, yeah, you have a mirror. I said, you have a daraz mirror, like a full mirror. So yeah. I said, stand in front of the mirror. Misle musalla. Pretend that's your janamas. And then ask yourself questions. Have I done anything wrong that would have hurt the imam of my time? Have I done anything right today? Start doing muhasabah. Analyze yourself. He said, oh, okay, I got it now. I got it. So he got that one, right? It's whatever way you're trying to feel easy, you can do it, right? So the summary of all this is taqwa and ishq ilahi, right? How do you connect? It's your own choice how you connect. It's your own way of doing it. But the objective is to reach Allah at the end. There was a time of Musa alayhi salam. I'll just summarize one more real quick. It's a very interesting event. It's been mentioned in Ruhul Hayat by Allama Majlisi, Anul Hayat, a book name. And it's narrated by Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Hello. And then, so the story is a very long story. I promise I'll make it in 2 minutes, right? Y'all follow me? Musa alayhi salam time. Musa goes past a place where he sees a person, an abid, a worshipper. He was dedicated to worship Allah, right? So he sees Musa alayhi salam. He recognized Musa. He said, Musa, you must have read the story, right? That's why he's shaking his head. He knows the end of the story already. It's a beautiful story. So when Musa alayhi salam passed by, he said, the abid said, I've heard that you're Musa, you can talk to your Allah. Pay attention to the words, your Allah. Not my Allah, not our Allah, your Allah, your creator. You can talk. He said, yes. He said, I have a question. Did you ask your Allah? I have a question about something. And he said, what? He said, I've been praying for 100 years. Pay attention, please. Tawajjo, Tawajjo, Sarkar. I've been praying here for almost 100 years. I just have one question. Ask your God, what is my reward for the 100 years of worship? He's just talking in this tone. What is my reward for the 100 years of worship? That's all my question is. You can go now. Musa alayhi salam, the prophet with the soap of Musa, you know, closest to Allah. He goes back there. He says, Allah, this worshipper is asking, then what is my reward for the 100 years of worship? 100 saal ki ibadat thi, ek din ki nahi. So all he was doing was sitting there and doing praying and worshiping, nothing else. Then Musa goes there, and then Allah tells Musa, says, oh, Musa, tell him that we'll tell him tomorrow. So he comes back and he says, we'll tell you tomorrow. He says, oh, okay, tomorrow's not far. I'll wait till tomorrow. No big deal. You can go. Okay, rudely, right? He's treating him very rudely. And then he goes back to his prayer, whatever he's doing. The next morning comes in, and his routine for 100 years, those times the lifespan was bigger. For 100 years, his routine was he would get up in the morning and he would go to wudu and everything and then start his day and everything. So the same way he'd been doing it for how many years? 100 years. He gets up in the morning, he goes to that place and he starts to, look for the water to get the wudu as he was doing every day. Guess what? He gets lost. He could not find his way out. He's like, okay, what's going on today? I don't know. So he kept looking around for water, for wudu, for drinking, for everything. So he can do his whole thing. He could not do it. The Zohar time, the Asr time, the Maghrib time, whatever the way of prayers of that time was. Almost close to the sunset time comes there. He has not found the water that day. That was happening for 100 years every day. He would not have any issues any day. Pay attention. So he goes there. He's like, oh my God, what's going on? So he gets there. He's like, I don't know what's going on today. So he tries to go back to his place. He could not find his place to go back as well. So he's lost in the middle of nowhere. And he's very thirsty. He's dying of thirst, right? And then all of a sudden he sees a person coming by from the far distance, right? He says, "Oh, okay, I see somebody finally coming." Oh, he's like, "Okay," and then he comes close to that person. He says, "Hey, I've been lost here, and I've been looking for water. I don't have any water to drink, and I'm dying almost. I might die even if I don't get water. Can I have a cup of water? One cup of water. What is he asking for? One cup of water." The person on the traveler was coming. He said, "I only have one cup of water for myself. If I give you this, what do I have?" He's like, "Can you please give it to me?" He said, "No, I cannot give it to you because then I won't have anything for my journey. I'm heading out." He said, "No, please forgive for God's sake, give me this." He said, "Oh, okay, okay." He said, "What would you give me in return if I give you this cup of water?" The Abed, the worshiper, said, the so-called worshiper, he said, "Well, I don't have anything else. I've been praying or worshiping for almost 100 years. I have nothing else but that." He said, "Give me that 100 years of worship in return." Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I'll give you this cup of water, one cup of water. Give me that 100 years of worship that you had been doing. I want that back. The reward for that. Allahu Akbar. The Abid said, the Abid said, if I give you this, what would I have left? But okay, I'll give you that. Give me that cup of water. He takes that cup of water, he drinks it. He says, I give you that 100 years of worship to you. The reward is yours. Finally, he reaches his point of destiny, and then he's like sitting there and wondering what's going on. Sohoba Musa, the revelation comes in Musa. He said, Musa, oh Musa, go tell that person that the 100 years of worship had been already bought. We have taken that back. Now, for the 100 years, the cups of water you had been drinking, Allah wants them back. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Are you following me? If you can understand this whole story, this is my mahsil of the whole speech today. Allah is saying, give me back those 100 years of water that you've been drinking, the cups of water you've been drinking. He wants them back. Sohaf Musa, straight revelation. Musa comes back to him. Musa says, Allah send me back to you. He said, oh, Musa, you came late a little bit. I've already sold my 100 years of worship. Sold. And he said, yes, I know. The revelation is already with me. But now there's another question. Now I have a question for you. He's like, what? Or rather, a command for you. He said, now Allah is asking for you to return all those cups of water you'd been drinking for those 100 years. You follow me? 100 years. He said, I cannot do it. I have nothing. How can I return those water? That's gone already. It's not with me. And then he does a sajda, sujood. See, we start with the sujood. Then he does a sujood. And he says, Astaghfirullah. Oh, Allah, forgive me. I did the ujub. I did the riya. I did takabbur. I was feeling proud that I did something extraordinary, right? So he does a sajda. A revelation comes to Musa on Sofa Musa again. Oh Musa, tell him that one sajda that he has done right now is superior to that 100 years of worship. Now we have given him 1,000 years of worship of reward for that one sajda he did. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Trade with him. Wallahu khairul makirin. Makaru wa makarullah. Wallahu khairul makirin. Cannot do trade with him. Humbleness. Inkisari. Fanafillah. Be in love with Allah. And the best connection to be in love with Allah is Imam al-Hussein. There's a sign of a wali. There's a sign of a wali. A wali has two qualities. The one that's connected to Allah has two qualities. Number one, He crushes his nafs, jihad bin nafs. He's conquered his inside soul. He's cleaned the filth from inside. And the second one is what? The love of Abu Abdullah Hussain. The ziyarat of Maqtali Abu Abdullah Hussain. These are the two signs of Urafas from Ayatollah Taqi Bahjat and Sayyid Qazi and Sheikh Mufid time. That's what I'm talking about. All these three have mentioned these. And Ayatollah Gul Pegani as well. The ones who have touched that level, they've all mentioned this. There are two qualities of a wali, of a true arif. Number one, crushing the ego, nafs, filth, kizb, wal kasafa, wal ghiba, wal kull al filth, clean inside. Second is the ziyarat of Maqtal Abu Abdullah Hussain. That's a sign of a wali. And when the person goes towards Karbala, right? I said I want to do some poetry in Arabic as well when we enter it. This is a very famous one. Again, I don't have time to go for the whole story of Mosley. There was the name of the poet, right? He said, "Iza shaytan nijata, fazuril Hussein. Iza shaytan nijata, fazuril Husseina. Lakay talqa ilaha, qarir ayn, qarir ayn. Inna laysa tamussa laysa nara, inna nara laysa tamussa jisman. Alayhi ghubaru zuwar al-Hussein alayhi salam. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala. The third one is laysa tamussa jisman. The translation for the ones who do not speak, it's beautiful, beautiful word, right? What does it say? If you want to meet Allah in a way that you have qarar on your eyes, right? If you want to meet Allah, right? The shaitan najat, fazurul. If you want najat, right? Shaitan, I mean, if you intend to do najat, right? Fazurul, go to the ziyarat of Abu Abdullah Hussain. And then the last two verses, right? Nannara laysa tamussa jisma, alayhi ghubaru zawar al-Hussain. Again, I don't have time for the whole story. It's a beautiful story, believe me. If some youth want to ask me, maybe in some next time we'll cover it. But if you want to go salvation, if you're looking for salvation, if the body that will never burn in hell is which one? Alayhi ghubaru, ghubaru. Laysa turab, ghubaru, ghubaru zawar al-Hussain. The one that has a little bit of dirt coming from the feet of the person coming back from the ziyarat of Abu Abdullah. The ghubar, you know the difference between ghubar and turab, and all the other facts, the thing, toyenu, right? And then there's so many other words, right? But here you're talking about ghubar. Ghubar refers to just a very little dirt that's coming out of Karbala, and that can give salvation as well. Say salawat ala Muhammad. I had at least 5 questions that I could not cover in 5 minutes, though. So, but one question I definitely want to cover that's important. A youth had been asking me, and that's a very important question. He says, when you say Afzalul Ibadah and Tazarul Faraj, how is it possible? Why is waiting for Sahabu Zaman and Islam Afzal than anything else? How can that worship be, that particular prayer can be Afzal than all the other actions? Is it Afzal than Salat? Is it Afzal than Siyam? Is it Afzal than all the other things? Answer. A short answer, again, keeping the time in mind, right? That particular action, if you're truly waiting for the Imam, see, it's something else if I just claim, Allahumma jalli waliyik al faraj, I just routine. When I actually say, ila mata harufika, ya mawla ya sahibu wa ila mata. For example, I'm talking some real deep stuff, right? When I'm talking, alayya anar al khalqa wala wala asma'u laka hasisan wala najum. When I'm talking like this, the real deal, that's what I'm talking about. When the person is doing this, that particular concept is keeping the person away from sins. And the central idea of this whole life is to stay away from haram. If that's out of my 11 majalis speech, the mahsil is stay away from haram. If a person can do it. सरकार दो मिसरे जब गुनाह करने से तुमको रोक देता है जमीर जब गुनाह करने से तुमको रोक देता है जमीर बस समझ लो ये इमाम वक्त की आवाज है when you stop away from a sin about to commit a sin and you get yourself stopped, that's the call of Imam Sahib Zaman. The feel that this action right now as we speak is going in front of the Sahib Zaman. Mullah, are you happy with me? Have I done anything wrong? So that concept is very important. And like I said, there's like 4 more questions linked to it about the mahtum as well. The 5 indications of mahtum. Again, Believe me, I'm not in favor of doing a check mark of Mahtum, right? You all know what Mahtum are, right? The five indications of Mahtum, everybody knows, right? The rise of Sufyani, the rise of Sayyid Yamani, right? The killing of Nafs Zakiya, and the call from the sky from Jibreel, and the fifth one is what? The Baida, the earth opening Baida and swallowing it. Those are the five Mahtum. Ma'al Mahtum, right? Mahtum are the question. I'll just give it one little answer to this. The question was asked: Can the arrival of Imam Mahtum, yani Hatmi, mani Hatmi, for sure that might be happening. The question is stop doing a check mark on Facebook. Sufyani has arrived. He looks like a Khurasani. The Lashkar is going this way. I'm not in favor of all that. The arrival of Imam, Tawajjo, the arrival of Imam can happen without any of those. And the arrival of Imam can also not happen after those five are done for a very long time. You ask me a question why? You ask me a question why? Please ask me a question why? Ahsantum. Limada. Limada. The reason for that is because if somebody is doing a check mark of those five, also, no, just wait, man. Let's keep doing whatever you're doing, dude. Just keep committing sins. Don't worry about it. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. So that type of person is filtered out. He's still waiting for the five, right? He's still waiting for Sufyani to really arrive. By the way, it looks like Sufyani and Dajjal are already there, or the signs of some of those, prerequisites of those, right? Again, wallahu alam. I'm not just saying it. But then it's a check mark person. The check mark person is out of the filter already. That's not the one. So that's why you cannot just do a check mark and say it's not arrived. So that's why the stretch is there. Those people are just doing a check mark. They're not really waiting for Imam. They're not really waiting. The one who's really waiting for Imam is saying, if I step out of this door and you arrive right now, I want to be with you. Nahnul ghaibun, wa huwa al-mawjud, wa huwa al-muntazir, wa anta al-muntazir. If he's right there, I'm saying yes, you are there. I'm nahnul ghaib. We are absent. He's there. That's the first reason. The second reason why after those five are done, and why is it stretched onwards more? To test how much patience you have. Allahu Akbar. Allah, if you're really truly waiting for Imam, you're not doing a check mark on Facebook. No, I'm not trying to say Salawat ala Muhammad. We, I promise I will cover maybe next time when I meet somewhere. I've done, that's my research on the arrival of Imam. That's my research area. That's my domain. I've done a lot of research. I'm trying, I'm trying still. That's my favorite topic, by the way. You ask me to talk about it for 5 hours, I'll talk about it 5 hours. That's how much I'm in love with this topic, right? The arrival of Imam, with the full understanding why. It's not just, like, let me just do this or whatever. But going back to that wali, the way the wali is connected, right? So that those are the signs, right, of the wali. What are those signs? Number one, nafs, cleaning the filth inside. We pay so much attention on the outside, najis park, which is good. But the inside, there's a lot of filth inside. Akhi wallahi. And the best place to clean that filth is musalla, sujood. You are sujood and musalla. And if you can go towards the bargah of Abu Abdullah Hussain alayhi salam. If you go to Karbala, if you're able to go to Karbala, Karbala is an analysis of your personality. What have I been doing and what do I want to do more? That's why Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam has said, Man zara qabra Abi Abdullah Hussain alayhi salam, arifan bihaqqihi, kana kaman zara Allah azza wa jal fi arshihi. Translation, you all want translation? I've said it so many times, but still. Whosoever desires to go to Karbala, well, whosoever goes to Karbala, man, Joe, whosoever goes to Karbala to do the ziyarat of Jad of Abdullah Hussain alayhi salam, arifan bihaqqi, arifan bihaqqi, arifan bihaqqi. Wallahi, pay attention to this word, arifan bihaqqi. Arifan bihaqqi means down to earth, without announcing to the world, without ujub, bidun al ujub, bidun al riya, bidun al kiz, bidun al kas. All those other things you close, you just close your ears and close your eyes. You're just saying, Ya Hussein, I'm there for you. I'm a beggar. Ana Zalil. Ya Hussein Antal Kareem. Ya Hussein Ana Zalil. You're saying these words. Arifan bihaqi. Arifan bihaqi. What is that? Kana, as if, come on. As if you have, what done what? Zar Allah Azza. What? Fi arshi. As if you have met Allah on the top of arsh. Arsh ilahi. You're meeting Allah. Again, I don't have time to elaborate further. Somebody asked me, he said, oh, that's just one saying. Can you give us another saying? I said, yes. Let's go to the Bargah of Imam Ali Raza alayhi salam now. I will ask for the first one in a minute. But the second one, how close is this? Imam Raza alayhi salam says, Man zara qabr Abi Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam bishat al-Furat. Kana kaman zara Allah azza wa jal fawqa arshihi. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Fawqa. هذا فوق أولا في arshi. هذا فوق arshi. Imam Raza alayhi salam says, whosoever goes to the ziyarat of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam bishat al-Furat. Next to Furat, right? What is he saying? Kana, as if, come on, Zarallah, as if he's met Allah. Fawqa arshi, on top of the arshi. Salawat ala Muhammad. Fawqa, Fawqa arshi. Karbala is Karbala. Wallahi, Karbala is different. You go to Karbala 20 times, you want to go another 20 times. It's a never ending desire to go to Karbala. I'm in love with Karbala. Karbala is different. Understand Karbala. And not only just go there and touch and as Samata Sheikh Bashir Najfi, one time he said, أولا زيارة الجسد وبعد زيارة الروح. زيارة الروح يعني حتى يلتقي روحي وروحك بروح الحسين الحسين. هذا زيارة الروح. أصل الزيارة. تلك هي زيارة الحقيقية. هي تلك هي زيارة الحقيقية. زيارة الروح. يعني sorry translation in what is saying is when you go there you do 2 rakat namaz and you do salat and you touch the zari, that's ziyarat al-jasad, only your body is there. ولكن زيارة الروح يعني أصلا زيارة الحقيقية, when your soul is touching the soul of Abu Abdullah. Allahu Akbar. And how do you do that? By crushing your ego, by crushing your nafs, by saying I'm nothing. Allah, you are everything. To enter Karbala based on my actions, I cannot enter. Even in Karbala, it's the mercy of Abu Abdullah Hussain. Like I said, Allah Kareem hai or Hussain Kareem hai. Allah is Kareem, Hussain is Kareem. And we go to that Bargah of Kareem. The Kareem has the Karam of Abu Abdullah is beyond our imagination. Is beyond our imagination. What we think is the limit from our side, Abu Abdullah is way above that. That's why he got who? Hur. He got Zuhair ibn Qayn. You know the story about. I don't have time to go in detail of Zuhair ibn Qayn. You know where Zuhair ibn Qayn was, right? How he joined, right? So and so on and so forth. And then he's allowing us for the Karbala for which angels and Ambiyas and Awliyas had been waiting for hundreds of years to enter Karbala. He allows us to go there. Allow us to go there. Go do Razu Niyaz. Go do one-on-one talk to Imam Hussein. One-on-one. Abi yanta wa ummi wa nafsi lakal wiqa. May my father be sacrificed for you. My mother be sacrificed for you. May my nafs be sacrificed for you. Abu Abdullah, the sacrifice of Abu Abdullah. And it's not complete if we do not talk about Sharikatul Hussein, Ummul Masaib. So I was in Karbala and somebody asked me, is Bibi Zainab Salatullah Alaiha a Shahida? I said, you're talking about Shaheed? Is she a Shahida? Has she done Shahada? You know what I replied back? I said, you asked me a weird question. You're just saying, is she a Shahida? Don't ask me if she's a Shahida. Ask me how many times have she gotten Shaheed? How many times have she gotten tortured and abarat and the pain that she's gone through? How many times has she been martyred? Not one time, but many times. And then he said, how do you say that? I said, when the head of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam was hit in Kufa, that's when the first time she was a Shahida. When the body of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam comes in, there's this blood coming out of the head, that's a Shahida. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. When she saw the broken ribs of Sayyida, that's a Shahida. Bibi Zainab is a Shahida at that time. The pains that al Masaib, she is the mother of all the musibah. All the musibahs combined in Bibi Zainab Salatullah. Bibi Sayyida's broken ribs were seen, but Bibi Zainab Salatullah, she was the Shahida. Then he said, what else is Bibi Zainab Shahida? I said, when Bibi Zainab Salatullah saw the funeral of Mawla Hassan alayhi salam being hit with the arrows and the blood was coming out of it, she asked Imam Hussein, oh Hussein, I had given, this was a white coffin, who has made this coffin red? Hassan's coffin. She was crying, and Imam Hussein al-Islam said, oh Zainab, cry right now, because later on there'd be a time when you would be not allowed to cry. Anytime you would cry, you would be whipped with an iron whip. Allahu Akbar. That's Ummul Masaib. We call him Ummul Masaib. Then Bibi Zainab Salatullah, when she saw the body of Ali Akbar alayhi salam, the thing in his chair, that was another time she was a Shaheeda. She saw the hands cut off Abul Fazl Abbas, she was a Shaheeda. She saw the pierced neck of Ali Asghar, she was a Shaheeda. And then she saw the moment when Hussein came for Rukhsat and she kissed the neck of Abu Abdullah. That was a Shaheeda. She went to the Tilla Zainabiyah. She saw some 70 feet away in Maqtal Abu Abdullah. Assalamu ala al-Maqtu al-Wateen. Assalamu ala al-Manhur fil Wara. When Imam Hussein was being martyred and slaughtered, she was a Shaheeda. When Sukaina Ruqayya was being slapped on the face, Zainab was a Shaheeda. When stones were being thrown in Kufa, Zainab was a Shaheeda. When Bibi Zainab reached Medina at the grave of Sayyada, she cried she was a Shaheeda. When she went to the grave of Rasulullah, Rasulullah said, "Oh Zainab, have you got something for me?" And he gave. She said, "Yes, Rasulullah." She takes the qameez, she takes the kurta, the shirt of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam stained in blood. Put it at the grave of Rasulullah. Qailan ya Rasulullah, qutila sibtuka wa bata. وفجئت بك أمك الزهراء. The grave of Rasulullah started shaking. Ya Hussein. سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Oh Allah, forgive our sins. And if we were not able to do the azab of Abdullah up till the extent that we should have done, Allah, forgive us. Give us tawfiq next year or whenever to go to Karbala and do azab of Abdullah in Karbala, inshallah. Ya Rasulullah, accept our azab. Oh, the mother of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, accept our azab. Sahibul Zaman, alayhi salam, Allah, accept our azab. Sharikatul Hussein, accept our azab of Abdullah. And Bintul Hussein, Ruqayya, Sakina Bibi, तुम्हारे गुलाम हाजिर हैं. मुझे जो प्यास तो अशकों के जाम हाजिर है. वो बीबी रुकैया, accept our azab. Ya Hussein. Ya Allah, Ya Allah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أفضل الذكر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولله الحمد. الحمد لله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أشهد أن عليا ولي الله. ولي ونعم الولي. أشهد أن
I'm all over the place in Karbala. Ya Sahib al Zaman, if you're in Karbala, I want to come to Karbala. And I want to sit in one corner in Karbala. Maybe Banul Harmain, maybe Maqam Ali Akbar, maybe Maqam Ali Asghar, wherever you are, oh my Imam of the time. And we recite these words together. These are your words, Mullah, but I want to read it along with you. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We remember Hussein one night, we remember Hussein several nights. But the Imam of the time is remembering Hussein how many nights, how many days, how many breaths of his life. قال الإمام المهدي مولى جل يا حسين فلأندمنك صباحا ومساء ولأبكين عليك بدل الدموع الدماء مولاي يا مولاي مولاي يا مولاي مولاي يا مولاي مولاي يا مولاي. Imam Sahib Zaman al Islam is saying, oh Hussein, I remember Sabahu wa Masa'u. I remember you every morning, wa Masa'u every night. Wala abki and I cry for you so much. Badalat damu dama. My tears finish, Mala. I cry blood for you. I'm crying blood for you. A person comes to Ayatollah Bakr Sadr and asks, we have heard that our fourth Imam used to cry blood. Agha, is that true? While the person was asking the question, Ayatollah Bakr Sadr put his abaya on his eyes. The abaya was white. When he took the abaya out of his eyes, there was blood in the abaya of Bakr Sadr. And then he said, if a Sayyid after so many years is crying blood, what have you asked for Sayyid Sajjad? Do you have any doubt if he used to cry blood? If I'm crying blood out of my eyes today, مولاي يا مولاي مولاي يا مولاي. When Sahib Zaman is entering the shrine of Abu Abdullah in Karbala from Bab Qibla,
Remember, I said the sign of a wali is he does ziyarat of Maqtal, Maqtal of Abu Abdullah. To the left side is Maqtal. If you imagine going at the Zari of Abu Abdullah, to the left side is Maqtal next to Habib ibn Muzahir. That's the Maqtal. The Maqtal is the place where Shimr Malaun slaughtered Abu Abdullah from the neck. That's Maqtal. Zibha, Mazhab. That's the place. Assalam. Imam is saying salam to that place and imagining the time when the throat of Abu Abdullah was being cut. السلام السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله مولى جان السلام على الشاب الخضيب السلام على الخد الطريب سلام حسین کی اس داڑھی پہ جو خون سے رنگین تھی، سلام حسین کے ان رخساروں پہ جن پہ کربلا کی خاک رہ گئی، السلام علی الصقر المغروب بالقضیب مولا یا مولا السلام السلام علی المقتول الوطی Salam on the neck of Abu Abdullah that was cut 13 times from the back. As-salam ala al-manhur fil wara. In the time past, and when Bibi Zainab Salatullah entered Medina at the shrine, at the grave of Rasulullah, how is it being announced? فقام نائك عند قبر جدك الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله. When they're entering close to the Qabr Mutahhar of Rasulullah, Bibi Zainab is entering, Bibi Kulsum. فنعاك إليه بالدمع الحتول قائلا پرسا یا رسول اللہ قتل سبتك وفتى. Ya Rasulullah, your grandson was slaughtered from the neck 13 times. قتل سبتك. Ya Rasulullah, pursa. واستبيها لك وحماك وسبيت بعدك زراريك وبقى المحذور بإثرتك وذبيك فأنزعج الرسول. The grave of Rasulullah was shaking. فأنزعج الرسول وبكى قلبه المهول. رسول الله pursa. وأضاه بك الملائكة والأنبياء. The angels and the prophets were coming to give adha to Rasulullah. Next one. Then she moves and Bibi Zainab and Bibi Kulsum moved towards the shrine, the grave of Sayyada, the Mazluma mother of Mawla Hussein. What are those words? وفجأت بك أمك زهراء يا زهراء مرسل مولاي يا مولاي مولاي يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله. Take our Bursa. We wish you'd be in Karbala next to your Zari, giving Bursa of Ali Akbar, Bursa of Ali Asghar. We wish you'd be in Karbala, Mawla. Take our salam from the far. Mawla, ya Mawla, Mawla, ya Mawla. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein, 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 Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
سلام لے لو میرا سلام لے لو میرا سلام لے لو کہتی تھی رو کے کہتی تھی رو کے خواہر میرا سلام لے لو اے فاطمہ کے دل بر میرا سلام لے لو نور نگاہ حیدر میرا سلام لے لو جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر میرا سلام اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر میرا سلام لے لو میرا سلام لے لو آئے تھے ساتھ جس کے وہ کارواں نہیں ہے
آئے تھے ساتھ جس کے وہ کارواں نہیں ہے
شان نبی تھی جس میں وہ کارواں نہیں ہے
شان نبی تھی جس میں وہ کارواں نہیں ہے
ہم لٹ چکے ہیں رن میں باقی مکان نہیں ہے خالی ہے گود ماں کی وہ بے زبان نہیں ہے اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر
میرا سلام لے لو میرا سلام لے لو
ایک آگ سی لگی ہے دل پر نہیں ہے قابو
ایک آگ سی لگی ہے دل پر نہیں ہے قابو
سر پر ردا نہیں ہے بکھرے ہوئے ہیں گیسو
سر پہ ردا نہیں ہے بکھرے ہوئے ہیں گیسو
بھائی تمہارے غم میں بہتے ہوئے ہیں آنسو دیکھو بندھے ہوئے ہیں میرے رسن میں بازو اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر
میرا سلام لے لو میرا سلام لے لو
تم کربلا میں بھائی گھر کو لٹا کے سوئے
تم کربلا میں بھائی گھر کو لٹا کے سوئے
اسلام کا سفینہ رن میں بچا کے سوئے
اسلام غم کا سفینہ رن میں بچا کے سوئے،
سجدے میں زیر خنجر سر کو کٹا کے سوئے،
تھے میں زیر خنجر سر کو کٹا کے سوئے،
زورے عمل سے ساری دنیا جگا کے سوئے، اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو، جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر
میرا سلام لے لو، میرا سلام لے لو،
میں زخم اپنے دل کے بھائی دکھاؤں کیوں کر،
میں زخم اپنے دل کے بھائی دکھاؤں کیوں کر،
پردیس میں تمہاری تربت بناؤں کیوں کر،
پردیس میں تمہاری تربت بناؤں کیوں کر،
جو سو رہے ہیں رن میں ان کو جگاؤں کیوں کر،
جو سو رہے ہیں رن میں ان کو جگاؤں کیوں کر،
پڑھتے ہیں تازیانے آنسو بہاؤں کیوں کر، اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو، جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر
میرا سلام لے لو، میرا سلام لے لو،
افسانہ شہادت سب کو سنا رہی ہوں،
افسانہ شہادت سب کو سنا رہی ہوں،
ظلم یزیدیت کے پردے اٹھا رہی ہوں،
ظلم یزیدیت کے پردے اٹھا رہی ہوں،
دین نبی کی شمع ہر سو جلا رہی ہوں،
دین نبی کی شمع ہر سو جلا رہی ہوں،
بھائی کہاں ملو گے مقتل سے جا رہی ہوں، اے بے کفن برادر میرا سلام لے لو، جاتی ہوں قید ہو کر
میرا سلام لے لو، میرا سلام لے لو، یا حسین 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 یا حسین.
على محبة الإمام الحسين أرفع أصواتكم بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. سلام الله على الشيبة الخضيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم عاش، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة، سلام الله على الشيبة الخضيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليم. سلام الله على الشيب سلام الله على الجثة السليمة. قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم عاشور، قبل لا نرحل زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة. سلام الله على الجثة. صبح يوم 11 أعلن قراره، شمر حادي الضعن واحنا اليساره، شمر حادي الضعن واحنا يساره. توكلنا ومشى ضعن الحياه، توكلنا ومشى ضعن الحياه. أخذنا الحادي للحوم بقراره، لقينا موذر أجساد الغياره، على ظهر الإبل نقرأ الزيارة. سلام الله على الأنصار كلهم، سلام الله على بن ظاهر علمهم، سلام الله على الأنصار كلهم، سلام الله على بن ظاهر علم. سلام الكل للنحور زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الكل زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة. سلام الله سلام الله على الشيبة الخضيبة، سلام الله سلام الله على الشيبة الخضيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليبة. قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم سلام الله على الجثة السليبة. ايدي وجها على الشريعة النوب العيون، خلي نشوف حال الكافل شلون، اريد اقعد قباله وما يقبلون، اريد اقعد قباله وما يقبلون، واريد معاتبه وخافن يسمعون. يا ابو النوماس مو طبع اللي يكفلون، يا ابو النوماس مو يكفلون، يتركون الحرم تبكي وينامون. سلام الله على طولك يا عباس، إلك سلام الله على طولك يا سلام الله على طولك يا عباس. شفوف عيون وعيونك والراس، سلام وانت معذور زيارة يوم سلام وانت معذور زيارة يوم. سلام الله على الجثة السليبة، سلام الله سلام الله على الشيبة. سلام الله على الشيبة الخضيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليم. قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم، قبل لا نرحل ما شاء الله. سلام الله على الجثة السليبة. علي الأكبر يا ليلة هاي جثة، شكثر متغير ابنك بس عرفته، شباب من الظما ذبلت وغته، إلى فدوى خواته وفدوى عمته، إلى فدوى خواته وفدوى يا ليلا انفطر قلبي من شبكته، قبل لا ينذبح بستبغ قبته، قبل لا ينذبح بستبغ. سلام الله على ذيك المهابة، سلام الله على زهرة شبابه، سلام الله على ذيك المهابة، سلام الله على زهرة شباب. سلام وكبدي مجموع زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام وكبدي مجموع زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليمة، سلام الله على الشيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليمة، سلام الله على الشيبة الخطيبة، سلام الله على الجثة. قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم، سلام الله على بنات حسين يمي قربوهن، شوف شلون حال الوالد. بنات حسين يمي قربوهن، شوف شلون صاير حال ابوهن، يا سكن عظام صدرك السروهن، يا سكن عظام صدرك السروهن، ترى حتى الأصابع قطعوهن، ترى حتى الأصابع قطعوهن، بقى عاري وثياب سلبوهن، بقى عاري وثياب سلبوهن، درى لو ما درى بحال السبوهن، درى لو ما درى بحال السبوهن. سلام الله على كبد التقطع، سلام الله على جسم التوزع، سلام الله على كبد التقطع، سلام الله على جسم التوزع، أزور ودمعي منثور زيارة يوم عاشور، أزور ودمعي من زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليم، سلام الله، سلام الله على الشيبة الخطيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليمة، سلام الله على الشيبة الخطيبة، سلام الله على الجثة السليمة، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم عاشور، قبل لا نرحل نزور زيارة يوم عاشور، سلام الله على الجثة السليمة.
يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين، وہ عابد بیمار تھا، وہ عابد بیمار تھا، چلنے سے جو لاچار تھا، اور شام کا بازار تھا، اور مصطفیٰ کی بیٹیاں، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین پیاسے گلے خنجر چلے چادر چھنی خیمے جلے عباس کے پرچم تلے رو کر کہیں یہ بیبیاں مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین شام غریباں چھا گئی شام غریباں چھا گئی عابد کو غیرت کھا گئی پہرے پہ زینب آ گئی عباس اور اکبر کہاں مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین 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 اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد.
برائے ظہور امام زمان پرخلوص صلوات. السلام علیکہ یا نبی اللہ، السلام علیکہ یا رسول اللہ، السلام علیکہ یا باعث الہدا، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. السلام علیکہ یا علی ابن ابی طالب علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام یا امیر المؤمنین. السلام علیکہ یا فاطمہ بنت محمد سیدۃ النساء العالمین. السلام علیکہ یا حسن ابن علی حسن ابن علی سید شباب اہل الجنہ. السلام علیکہ یا ابا عبداللہ وعلی الارواح التي حلت بفنائک. علیک منا جمیعا سلام اللہ ابدا ما بقیت بقی اللیل والنہار ولا جعل اللہ آخر العہد منا لزیارتکم. السلام وعلا 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 الذین بذلوا مہجہم دون الحسین علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام. السلام علیکہ یا علی ابن الحسین، السلام علیکہ یا محمد ابن علی، السلام علیکہ یا جعفر ابن محمد، السلام علیکہ یا موسیٰ ابن جعفر یا باب الحوائج. السلام علیکہ یا غریب الغرباء، السلام علیکہ یا معین الضعفاء والفقراء، السلام علیکہ یا مغیث الشیعۃ والزوار فی یوم الجزاء. السلام علیکہ ایہا المدفون بعرض طوس سلطان العرب والعجم ابو الحسن یا علی ابن موسر رضا کن شفیعنا و شفیع والدینا. السلام علیکم یا بی بی معصومکم، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. السلام علیکہ یا محمد ابن علی، السلام علیکہ یا علی ابن محمد، السلام علیکہ یا حسن ابن علی العسکری. السلام علیکہ یا صاحب العصر والزمان اللمان اللمان اللمان. السلام علیکہ یا دافع الظلم والعدوان. السلام علیکہ یا امام زماننا اجل اللہ تعالی فرجک وسہل اللہ تعالی مخرجک وظہورک. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اللہم کن لولیک الحجت ابن الحسن صلواتک علیہ وعلی آبائہ فی هذه الساعة وفی کل ساعة ولیاً وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودلیلا وعینا حتی تسکنہ ارضک طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.